What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about a new One Piece set, and it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. I called it, I told you, I was right, and I was right because I followed Digimon for quite a while. I told you followed Digimon a bit. We don't do many videos on channel at the moment, for which I'm sorry, I know some people want me to, but we did for a while. And that means that we know stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We know stuff. Like, for instance, we know that with booster packs, they had EX-01. Yeah, they did, ladies and gentlemen. But they didn't have it until after they'd already done BT-06. But they had the EX sets, the extra sets. And I told you that we would almost certainly be getting them for One Piece, purely because if you look at what Digimon did, and then you look at what One Piece are doing, they are literally just following exactly the model that was put down for Digimon. Like, they're literally just following that model pretty much exactly. And I told you they weren't going to do it until we'd had a few One Piece sets again, because they're following the model from Digimon. Well, we've now had OP-05 over in Japan, and it's on the way over here, and it's about time, ladies and gentlemen, and it's coming, and I am very, very, very excited, ladies and gentlemen, because this sounds awesome. Now, usual rules apply here. This has been shared on a distributor website. They tend to be pretty good. They tend to be fairly reliable. They tend to be legit. But until it's actually been officially revealed, and by officially revealed I mean put on the website for, the official One Piece website, then it is not official and it is not confirmed, and you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Do we believe it's true? Yes. Do we have confirmation that it's definitely true? No. And a look at release dates here is really important. Now, I told you about OP-06 the other day. I'm using an image of Perona here because remember, this is going to be a set where it's going to include Germa 66 and some film cards, but also characters like Moria and Perona. Because obviously, Thriller Bark Perona, you get it. So that's kind of a thing. We knew that was coming. Well, OP-06, we have got a release date, tentative at the moment, of the 15th of March. Not official, obviously. The release date for Memorial Collection EB-01, 3rd of May. Oh, look. It's coming out after Set 6. And when did EX-01, the Digimon set, come out? After Set 6. So once again, Bandai are literally just following the Digimon model to a T. With Digimon, they did 6 sets, and then they introduced the extra set. And with One Piece, they're doing 6 sets. And then they're introducing this extra one. Now, it's called Extra Booster Memorial Collection. And rather than being an OP set, in the same way that, Kingdoms of Intrigue is OP-04, for instance, or Kingdoms of Conspiracy, this is EB-01. Extra Booster 01. It is a different range of sets, and yes, for anyone paying attention, this does mean we're going to have extra sets that are going to be releasing more regularly. We're still going to have a fairly regular cadence of your OP sets like we've had since the beginning, but now we're going to also be adding in these EB sets in addition. If they're anything like they are in Digimon, they are going to be twice a year, so we're adding in 2 sets a year. Yes, I know that basically means 6 sets a year, which means an average of a set every 2 months. Won't be exactly, but that's how it's going to average out. Yes, I know that's a lot of cards. Yes, I know that's a lot of sets. I acknowledge all of this, but it really depends what you're in for. If you're a collector and you want to collect a lot of cool cards, excellent. If you're a player and you want the metagame to shift more quickly and have a more interesting game, this is excellent. If you are overwhelmed by all of the extra releases, just buy singles for your deck, you'll be fine. It's another one of those. A lot of the downsides here are basically just coming from, hang on a second, there's more sets, but it doesn't really matter because there's ways around it. Just don't buy them and buy singles, or enjoy the extra sets. It's completely up to you, ladies and gentlemen. But I've left Kyros on the screen here. Why? Well, we've been given a bunch of information. So here is the official description from the distributor. Additional booster packs create lasting buzz. We're building more buzz by releasing products between regular packs that shake up the meta. Remember, this is written from the perspective of the distributor selling to the retailer. That is why it sounds a little bit weird. They're not talking to the customer here, they're talking to the retailer, and they're basically saying, hey, there's more sets, that's going to keep people engaged. But you notice the phrase specifically used there was shake up the meta. These are not intended as extra sets, which are just going to add a few cards here and there for collectability. They are intended to shake up the meta. Includes popular characters from the entire One Piece storyline in a various themes. That's clearly a typo. The lineup includes characters who have had relatively fewer holo cards, such as Chopper, Brook, Odin, and Kyros. Hence why he's on the screen. Incorporates many cards that shore up previous themes. Existing players won't want to miss this pack, as it includes many cards that build on themes found in previous decks, including Dressrosa, Baroque Works, and Impel Down. So they're specifically here releasing cards which are supplementing existing words. I mean, we've seen Kyros here. Well, that's clearly a Dressrosa, that's clearly a Rebecca deck. They're releasing some extra cards. Now, that's an interesting one to me personally, because, of course, in the OP-04 meta, Rebecca's the best deck, or maybe the second best deck. But it's clearly the best new deck in OP-04. It's clearly a powerhouse deck. It's clearly seeing a lot of play and success. Do we necessarily need to shore up Dressrosa as a set? As a theme? As a deck? Arguably not, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. But it's coming anyway, so I don't know, enjoy it. But then we got stuff like Impel Down. Now, Impel Down is an interesting trait here, because, of course, in the OP-02 meta, we had Emporio Ivankov, which was a pretty good deck that did see a bunch of play. But since we left the OP-02 meta, I don't think it's unfair to say that Impel Down has not necessarily been a particularly good typing. It's not seeing a huge amount of play and love and success, and it's awesome, don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly been that great since OP-02 left. And then, of course, the other one they specifically called out and chose to mention here was Baroque Works, which is another one which, honestly, right now, meh. I mean, we do have the dual colour crocodile from OP-01, which, to be fair, does pop up every so often. I'm following a lot of One Piece stuff in Japan and in the US, in the West, Europe, etc. as well. And I see a lot of deck lists popping on my timeline, and every so often this crocodile does pop up. It's not a top deck in the format, but it does kind of come across the wire occasionally, which I think is pretty cool. And, of course, just got a bunch of new stuff in OP-04. Like the Missile Sunday I pulled 2 of in my box. Which, as a little update, it turns out pulling 2 of the same super rare in a box has been a thing since OP-03 in English. I didn't see it in OP-03 because my boxes all had separate ones. But apparently it is a thing that can happen. And I just want to once again register my displeasure. I'm not a fan. I like getting 7 different super rares. That's just me, apparently. But all of these are going to be shored up by the set. Now, the other thing to note, if we look at the rarities here, 3 leaders, 28 common, 21 rare, 8 super rare, 1 secret rare, and 1 special Don card. That is different. That is not what we would generally expect from a regular set. Although, there's a reason here, right? It's called Extra Booster. It's not an OP set, it's an EB set. And it's clearly not a regular booster. Like, if we go and remind ourselves about what we see, let's take OP-04 as an example here. Well, in OP-04, we had 124 cards, and we had 6 leaders, not 3, 45 common, not 28, 30 uncommon. There are no uncommon in this extra booster. We had 26 rare, not 21, 10 super rare, not 8, and 2 secret rare, not 1. And then there's no special in this set, apparently. But one thing which I think is important to note here there's no uncommons, and there's more of a difference in the higher rarities. So we're looking at, instead of 10 super rare and 2 secret rare, we're looking at 8 super rare and 1 secret rare, which is actually potentially going to get a little bit annoying. Incidentally, it is still 12 cards per pack, 24 packs per box, that is confirmed. So it kind of means that you're going to be getting more commons per pack, one would imagine. We don't know the pull rates per pack, they've not told us. But it could be kind of awkward trying to get, if there's 8 super rares, that's kind of annoying when there's so many fewer cards in the set. But then again, if we stick at the usual pull rates of 7 super rares per box, then you'll get 7 out of the 8, unless you double up, which is awesome. And if there's 1 secret rare, you should basically get it in every box, right? Near enough. Again, this is all speculation. As it stands at the moment, we unfortunately don't know. Now, by now, you probably know the cadence of this, but just to confirm, essentially, we generally see these first on the distribution sites in the West. Then they get officially revealed in Japan, and then we get the English reveal. So as soon as it's revealed in Japan, which will incidentally be a little while, because remember, OP06 has not yet been officially revealed in Japan. We've not had any cards or booster pack or anything of that shown off. So we're going to have to wait a little while, but as soon as we have news, I will share it with you. For now, this is very exciting. I'm loving it, but I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.